Welcome back to Select Livestock. I'm Dani, and today we are going to be talking about my sheep story. So, let's go. So today we're going to be talking about everything that I've done with my sheep. Basically from day one when I thought about wanting to do sheep, like market sheep and raising sheep, to now today and the upcoming auction. This is Annie. She's my breeding ewe. I show her and she's 1 year old. She's 1 year old. I'm going to be showing her this year, breeding her this August, and I just can't wait to do stuff with her because she's so cute. And she's a good girl. She's a really good girl. I started showing cattle, first market steer, 2017. And so this was just kind of test year for all showing livestock and stuff, honestly. So I showed him. Then I was like, okay, I want to do more. Like, I can't just do cattle. So I was like, I'm gonna do goats, I'm gonna do a market goat, I'm gonna do a market lamb, it's gonna be amazing. And then I was like, yeah, no, I can't do both. I can't do all of this. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do it all. So I decided to just stick with sheep because I already have dairy goats. So I decided to stick with sheep and try it out. So I went on Facebook and I searched and searched and searched for the perfect sheep. So then I found the company, business, farm, whatever you want to call it, that I wanted to buy sheep from. So I contacted them, I found out the auction info, got all the auction info, and we went to the auction. I had no clue anything about sheep. I had nothing, like, no information, like, I knew nothing about sheep. And we just kind of sent it. And so I went there and everybody was just so nice. From all different 4-H groups, people were just like being nice to me, asking if I wanted to look at the sheep, helping me out, teaching me how to show sheep and all that jazz. And it was amazing. Like, they were just, everyone was so nice. So I bid on lots of different sheep. And then I won Felix. He was my 2019 market lamb. So I won him, got him, bid on him, bought him. I got him. And then I knew I wanted to get a ewe for breeding and showing. So I bid on Miss Annie and I won her. And I couldn't have, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you have hay in your hair. I couldn't have gotten a better lamb than her because she's just so sweet and she's just a good girl. I knew that we were gonna need, like, they weren't really gonna, like, we needed the trailer. We needed the trailer. So I went and I was like, Mom, we need the trailer. This will be better if we just use the trailer. And she's like, oh, we'll be fine. We'll just get a cage or something. She was expecting like like babies. I was like, Mom, no. They're gonna be like 40 to 70 pounds. Felix was around 100 pounds. And Annie was probably around 90 pounds, I'd say. So they weren't tiny animals. And we took them home in the back of our truck. So you can check out the videos in the iCard above. I think it's over there, but it might be over there. I don't know. So yeah, we took them home in the back of the truck. So that was fun. And it worked out. We got a couple weird stares, but it worked out. And we got them home, and when we got them home, we didn't really have a good pen for them. To have their own pen by themselves, we didn't, oh, does that feel good? Dork. Does that feel good, Annie? So we didn't really have a good pen for them to be in a pen by themselves and grow, you know, to love me instead of each other. So they were in a pen together for their entire lives. And so they first started out in my barn, and then they went behind my chicken coop, and then they went down to the barn where they lived the entire summer basically. But it didn't, the whole situation just didn't end up working. And so they lived in a pen together, and Annie didn't really have that bad, yeah, I'm talking about you. She didn't really have that bad separation anxiety, but Felix had horrible separation anxiety to Annie. Like, I would take her out of the pen and he would try jumping out. He would panic. Whenever I took him away, Annie would just like stay in there and eat something, like eat shavings or something, because they're sheep. And so she didn't really care, but like whenever I took him away from her or her away from him, he just panicked. So I worked all summer, hours and hours and hours a day, to get them to not have separation anxiety. Obviously it worked for Annie, but it didn't work for him. I worked him alone. Like, I did all of my power. And this lamb was not like, he wasn't a tiny lamb, obviously. And like, Annie was smaller. She was one of the smaller ones there. But like, he was so strong too. So like, there's little me, like, has this lamb that's like, bigger than me and way stronger than me, and I'm trying to like train him. It was hard for me, so I worked my butt off every single day for hours and hours and hours with this lamb to get him to be better. And so I wasn't a good lamb showman. I sucked at showing. I suck at showing sheep. Like, I'm being honest right now, for what the showing that I've done with sheep, I suck. So I'm getting better though. I think that's what really matters. I tried my hardest with what I had for everything and the knowledge that I had, and I was the only one in my 4-H group that was showing sheep. So there's much more now. But I was the only one, so I had to learn myself. And so watching tons of YouTube videos, just looking at pictures and seeing how everybody else was doing it in the show world, that's how I figured it out. So I tried my hardest, like I said. I went to shows and I did pretty good with Annie and Felix. I got into the grand drive for every class that I entered in, and Annie won grand champion breeding ewe, reserve champion breeding ewe, all that. Oh, Piper's yawn, that was so cute. Oh, sorry, Annie won grand champion, reserve champion, all that. Felix got into the grand drive for like every class he was entered in. Like, I didn't do bad, but I didn't do good. So then I took Felix off to the market, I sold him, and so then it was just Annie. And so I brought her to our state fair, and I got reserve champion Suffolk's breeding ewe. For anybody that, so I didn't have much education then. That was that was in August. It's March, the end of March right now. And so I entered her in Suffolk's breeding ewe class, because she's a Hamp Suffolk's cross. And anybody who knows sheep knows that she doesn't look like a Suffolk. She looks like a Hamp. So this year I'm entering her in the Hamp class because she'll do much better in that class. But I got reserve champion. There's 2 people in the class, so I got last place. But we did good for what, like I said, the knowledge that I had. And then I worked with Annie about as much as I could throughout the winter. Like, you can see, you go on my Instagram. My Instagram is down in the description below, and there will be a picture of me showing my sheep. So you'll see that I wasn't a good showman. So I got hated on so much because of how I showed my sheep. So I'm obviously not like saying names or saying what they said or anything like that. I'm just saying that I got hated on so much for the way I showed my sheep. So I show my sheep, I thrive to show my animals as you would show, even if I'm just like at our little small county fair that has like no animals, like there's obviously animals there, but like just a bunch of like not a lot of animals there. I thrive to show my sheep as if I was showing my sheep, all of my animals, as if I was at a national level show. So I was showing different than everybody else would be showing there, And lots of people didn't like that. I shouldn't say lots of people. Some people didn't like that. So I got hated on. Oh, I don't know why I got hated on so much. I get lots of hate, guys. I do, Annie. I know, we got hated on. That's okay. We don't care that we get hated on. We just keep going. So, I encourage you to just keep going if you get hated. Anyways, so we got hated on, and so I'm using like this whole experience to do better this year. And she's trying to escape now. And to change everything that I'm doing and to win this year. I want to kick butt this year. And I think I'm going to do better, way, way better this year than I did last year. Like I said, you can go check out pictures of me showing last year on my Instagram. So, I definitely found out who are the nice people and who are the mean people in the sheep community. I've been working with Annie all winter long. She just had her first bath today for the year. So I can take this off so you guys can see how white she is, because it's very impressive. So, all that jazz. And now the auction for the lambs is coming up. So due to the coronavirus, COVID-19, it's going to be an online auction instead of an in-person auction now. So I'm excited to go check that out and be able to like do an online auction, because I've never done an online auction before. So I'm excited to get this year's sheep. The entire story of this year's market lambs will be up on this channel, and I just can't wait for everything that's coming this year. So now I'm going to take off her blanket, show you guys how white she is. So there will be a video up of me getting the lambs, doing the auction, the online auction, and I just can't wait for that, for Annie to have some new friends. And this year they're going to have their own separate stalls so they don't get buddy-buddy on each other. They're all going to get washed separate times, by themselves. Everything is going to be by themselves and with me. They're going to be like next to each other, but so they'll have friends. They'll be with each other, but everything's going to be separate from, like, they're not going to be like washed together, you know? So a lot of things are going to get changed this year, and I can't wait. I think I'm going to do really good this year at fairs, and I just can't wait for everything to happen. So I'm going to take off her blanket now so you guys can see how white she is, because it's pretty impressive. She has so much wool. It's insane. There we go. So look how white she is, guys. Look at that. So she's all fuzzy and fluffy now. Miss Annie Lou. Miss Annie Lou, she's such a good animal. But that's Annie. She's all nice and bright and white now. And got lots of wool. And I can't wait for this year in general with her and my new market lambs. Something that I'll do forever now, because like I'm always gonna have sheep in my life now. I love them. Thanks for joining me in today's video. Make sure you guys comment down below if you have ever shown sheep. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, comment, do all that, because it really, really helps us out to kick off this channel and get it going. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed already. Thank you to anybody who has just watched this video even. Thank you all. So there are going to be more demos, how-tos, all that jazz coming up soon. Thank you guys. Bye. Say goodbye, Annie. She's like, I want to go back with my goats. She thinks she's a goat. This is the first time I've been able to love her. She doesn't really like me. No, you don't. She only likes me if I'm working with her. Other than, like, she doesn't like treats. She likes grain. She does not like treats. She's special. That's okay. That's why I love her. Yes.